Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have some new folks that are going to be chiming in today and wondering what this Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will experience is all about. So we got to let them know you are rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Hey, we going to talk about on a Wednesday night, we're going to talk about replacing Kamilla Cardoso. Can you replace a player like a Kamilla Cardoso? I read this article today talking about how the Gamecocks going to replace superstar Kamilla Cardoso. What are they going to do? It reminds me of last season where all these prognosticators and media types was talking about the downfall of the South Carolina Gamecocks and they lost 5 starters and blah, blah, blah. Oh, this and that. Oh, this is our time to get our get back against Dawn Staley. Well, that didn't work out too much for you. Didn't work out too much for you at all. Before we get started with this information piece, I want to say, what's up, Margaret W? What's up, Kimberly Page? What is up, Skip Kaufman? What's up, Dr. Rice? All day, every day. So wherever you may be, whatever time you may be watching, your man, Captain Will, it is shot o'clock. It is a Wednesday night, and it's still like 90 degrees here on the East Coast down in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So it's shot o'clock, and you probably need to do a shot of water, some Aquafina, some Dasani, some Food Line brand, whatever the type is. I shouldn't be saying those names because they ain't sponsoring me. They ain't giving me no money. So, but we doing a shot tonight. It's mi campo. And it makes you feel a little warm on the inside. When you're feeling a little warm on the inside, when it being 95, 98 degrees outside, it's something different. So cheers, shot o'clock, whatever your drink of choice, whatever your beverage of choice. Have a good day today. Let's go. Michelle Malone, what's up? What's up, my girl? What's going on? Day T, what's going on? Kamilla Cardoso, who is doing some special things in the WNBA. I mean, doubles. Just doing what we thought as Gamecock fans that she would be doing anyway. And obviously it took a little bit because she had the shoulder injury and it took a little time for her to get her timing back. But she's playing well. You can talk about double after double. And her and Angel Reese are playing well together. Can't lie, can't front. I can't say I didn't expect it to be that way. But it is that way. So, rebounding queens. That's what we need to call them. Rebounding queens. Tag team back again. That's what they are. But can we replace Kamilla Cardoso on this Gamecocks team? Yeah. Why not? Why we can't replace Kamilla Cardoso? And replace 5 starters. I know good damn well we can replace, 1 starter. That's why I don't understand the virtual. I don't understand the hoopla. Because it's talking season. We don't play basketball, real games that matter until November the 4th. That is when the next time we actually play games that matter for the South Carolina Gamecock women's basketball team. And that's against Michigan. So these media types got to talk about something, right? They got to talk about something. They say some stupid stuff. I'm going to reiterate some of the stupid stuff that they said and make it make sense. Yes, Kamilla Cardoso was a great player for South Carolina. Great player. But it's not a situation where we're going to be like, what we're going to do, boss? What we're going to do without Kamilla Cardoso? She going up to the W. What we going to do? We don't have another 6'7" Brazilian queen to replace with the Kamilla Cardoso. How are we going to score? What we're going to do to block some shots? What we're going to do? I don't know what we're going to do, but I know what we're going to do. We're going to win. I know that. Because when you're recruiting well, it don't matter. Kamilla Cardoso was great. But you think that Sania Feagin ain't ready to play? You think Maryam Dauda ain't ready to play? You think Adhel Tac ain't ready to play? You've been seeing her in these clips. You've been seeing all these things going down. She's ready to play. You think, Ashlyn Watkins, they ready to put her footprint all up and down the college basketball world this season. Any of those things? No. You think Joyce Edwards? Joyce Edwards coming into this Gamecock team, probably the most versatile player. And that's saying something on this team. Now, if she was going to some other teams, you talking about if she was going to North Carolina or she was going to Clemson, that old ugly Clemson Tigers, it's just like, that's different. But Joyce coming to this team, talk about possibly the most versatile player on this team, you're like, whoa. Don't forget about Sakima Walker, y'all. I know folks just forgot about Sakima Walker, but she can play too. It's not a matter of replacing a player. It is always for South Carolina. Who's the next young lady up? Who is that? Most teams they get too focused. The fan base get too focused on a certain player and a certain, what we're going to do when that player leaves that program. LSU is feeling that a little bit. Now they dipped into the transfer portal some, and they got some, decent point guards, so they won't have that problem again. But they quote unquote don't have a replacement for Angel Reese. But the problem with a team like LSU is they don't have the depth that a team like South Carolina has. That's a problem. It's a problem. UConn recruits so well. And these injuries that UConn had this past season might be an angel in disguise for them. It might be. And if that's an angel in disguise for them, having all those injuries, you had those freshmen to come in and play, and then you get Asia Floyd back. And then you say, Paige Beckers, I'm good. I'm good with WNBA right now. I don't have to go. And you come back. And they got Sarah Strong, the number 1 and number 2 ranked recruit in this recruiting class. So they're going to be fine. I would dare to say right now, the matchup of the year, the matchup that ESPN, ABC, all these different places going to be hyped up, going to be all over the building. Game day going to be rocking, and the big three going to be there doing all those things. It's going to be South Carolina taking on UConn. It's going to be a Colonial Life Arena. If you haven't got the ticket, we can't get the ticket right now, but you get those tickets fast because that is going to be the game of the year. You're talking about 1 versus 2. And I believe that 1 versus 2 are going to play again in the finals of the NCAA tournament. Because I believe those two teams, South Carolina and UConn, are the best 2 teams in the country. With or without Kamilla Cardoso. That's what I believe. So the prognosticators and the media and the talking heads, I guess I'm a talking head too, can miss me saying that. Because this is the thing. They trying to create they're smart. They think they smart. They ain't smart. They're trying to create an out to not have South Carolina number 1 going into the season. They are trying to, we can't put them number 1 because Kamilla Cardoso is gone. We can't do that. We got to put Southern Cal. We got to put UConn. We got to put somebody other than South Carolina, even though South Carolina 38-0. I lost 1 player. We can't put them number 1. We got to figure out a way to put somebody else number 1. No. It ain't true. It ain't never going to be true. Ever. No. It ain't going to happen. False statements. If you want to see Captain Will lose his mind this year, let that preseason poll come out and South Carolina ain't number 1. Let that happen. Oh, yeah, I'm going to lose my mind if that occur. The second part of that is you want to see Captain Will lose his mind again when I see those SEC preseason polls saying that Carolina ain't number 1. I can't even say that. I can't even say that with a straight face. There's no way in the hell they're going to say that South Carolina won't be number 1 in the preseason poll in the SEC. But those preseason awards in the SEC and All-American stuff gonna get me crazy. Gonna get me crazy, I'm telling you. Well, we got a while for that. One of my daughters asked me tonight, matter of fact, like, okay, so when the season began? I said November the 4th. She's like, oh, got a long time before that happens. I said, yeah, we got a long time. A lot happened between July the 10th and November the 4th. We can have some commitments. We can have some players, to say, y'all want to be a Gamecock. I want to accept the challenge to be a Gamecock and be coached by Dawn Staley, Lisa Boulder, Kaja Sessions, Khadijah. If somebody correct me. I want that challenge. Gillette Law, Winston Gandy. That could happen. I hope it happens. We need a class of 2025 recruit or two before the season begins. We need that. We need that. We need some stability for the 2025 class. That could happen during this offseason, or there could be an injury of some type. Now, we know that South Carolina is insulated, and a lot of things happen within that insulated bubble that we don't know about. Trust me. I know this. I'm on the inside. I know what happens to sometimes that I necessarily won't say out loud, but it happens. It really do. It really does. So you talk about commitments. You talking about possibly an injury or something that's going on tomorrow night. The ESPYs. Oh yeah, y'all saw it. The Gamecocks South Carolina women's basketball team is up for Best Team Award. And if you pull up the ESPYs awards that's going to be given out tomorrow night, hosted by Serena Williams. Obviously, I have some issues with some of the stuff that ESPN does. I do. Because sometimes I feel that it's all about social media and clicks and blah, and all this stuff. And sometimes it's annoying me. It does. But if we go through some of these awards nominations, going on tomorrow, 8 o'clock on ESPN or ABC. Yeah. South Carolina women's basketball team. I saw them, at the online. I saw, at the airport having a good time. I living that life. I mean, shout out to these young ladies living their lives and are celebrities. I love it. I wish that was me back in the day and had that opportunity to do that, And we're going to go through a few of these, and some of those, it annoys me. You're talking about the best athlete in women's sports. Okay, so you talk about Coco Gauff from tennis, Kelly Norda from golf, Asia Wilson, our own Asia Wilson, who's going to be on NBA 2K25, cover girl. What? Asia Wilson, the best women's basketball player on planet Earth, will be a cover girl on NBA 2K5 that is being released September the 16th, if I'm not mistaken. She had 20 and 20 today. Who gets 20 and 20 in a 40-minute game? Asia Wilson. Couple blocks, couple steals. Give her the MVP award right now. Don't mention me about anybody else. She is the best player in the WNBA. She's the best player in North America. She's the best player on South Carolina. She's the best player in the universe. Asia Wilson. And then the fourth nominee is none other than America's finest, Caitlin Clark. Best athlete in women's basketball. Now, I don't know who comes up with these lists. I just don't know who comes up with these lists. But if you're talking about best athletes in women's basketball and women's sports, and we talk about all the sports, you're talking about basketball, you're talking about, gymnastics, you're talking about, tennis, you're talking about, MMA, you're talking about track. And I say track in specifically because the only time the United States pays attention to track is during the Olympics, right? That's the only time. But track happens year long, and you cannot say the best athlete in this list can't even be nominated. So we have so many phenomenal, track athletes. And this ain't a track show, but I love track too. So Sha'Carri can't be nominated. Gabby Thomas can't be nominated. Folks are like, who the hell Gabby Thomas? She legit, you will know her. Sydney McLaughlin can't be nominated. But we got Caitlin Clark, best athlete, really good basketball player. Best athlete, bro. Stop. Come on now. That I was upset with that. Best team, South Carolina women's basketball team, 38-0. Come on, 38-0. Then they got the Kansas City Chiefs. They got the Michigan Wolverines. They won the chip. They got, of course, the Las Vegas Aces. They won the chip. UConn, they won the chip. Men's basketball. Oklahoma Sooners, in softball. Oklahoma in softball is like South Carolina in basketball. Real talk. They got the Celtics. They got the Florida Panthers in NHL. And they got the Texas Rangers in Major League Baseball. So basically, if you are on a team that won a chip, you're on this list. But the only team that went undefeated after losing 5 starters is South Carolina. It shouldn't be a debate on who the best team was this past season. It shouldn't be a debate. That's like, you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, all stuff. That'd be like Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl without Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, their starting cornerback, their starting receiver, their starting best offensive lineman. All those players ain't played. And they win the chip. That is the equivalent. Michigan Wolverines, that'd be like, okay, 22 starters, gone. We got to replace 22 starters and win the national championship. That's what South Carolina did. South Carolina, 7 players from the previous team went undefeated and won it all. Boston Celtics. I can go on and on. Lose all your starters and win the chip. And the next year, then you got a conversation. It ain't a conversation. Do I believe South Carolina win? Hell no. I don't believe South Carolina win tomorrow. I don't. I do not believe South Carolina going to win the team award for the best team. I don't believe it. It should be cut and dry. It shouldn't be a debate. It shouldn't be any of those things. I would love for our girls to win that. But I don't believe they will. I don't believe they will. And to have 10 nominees? Like, what the hell? 10 nominees? That is like, that's so many. So many nominees. But everybody got to get credit, right? Everybody got to get credit. We have to, everybody got to know and got to be represented. Okay? So I got a problem with that. I do. I have a serious problem with that. A'ja Wilson should win the best athlete in women's sports. She should. But I think that there should be some type of track athlete also nominated. I believe that. South Carolina should win best team. But watch. It's going to be the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics. I'm reading this article from Bleacher Report, and they're saying the Celtics going to win. The Boston Celtics were 14 games better than the closest Eastern Conference team in 2024 and 7 better than the Western Conference top seed. They were dominant throughout the regular season, advanced to the playoffs with a 16-3 record and route to the organization's 18th world title. The best team in the NBA from start to finish with little argument to be made throughout the season. This is an easier choice on paper than any of the others. What I did not hear, what I heard was a 16-3 record en route to their championship. South Carolina did not lose any games. None. And we played 38 of them. I'm already getting crunk right now because I ain't got to get crunk later. It just boggles my mind. It boggles my mind that the disrespect sometimes in South Carolina is it just angers me. And my wife is like, calm down, boy, calm down. I just can't. I can't do it. Drinking cider. I wanted anybody from the country know what especially in South Carolina heard of a Blenheim ginger ale. Blenheim is from, give me a history lesson of geographical country stuff. Blenheim, South Carolina, is in the county of Marlborough County, very rural area, very poor area, unemployment high. But what puts Blenheim on the map is their ginger ale. Try some Blenheim ginger ale, y'all. It'll change your life. I'm saying it just like that. A couple other awards that kind of got me going a little bit, or I should say nominations, is I'm not a fan of, how can I say? I'm not a fan of the easy thing. I'm not a fan. Moonshine said, I go to IGA for him. Moonshine. First of all, Moonshine, love the name. That is amazing. John Pittman said, yeah, I drink it when I find it. It's some good stuff. I'm just saying. But I'm not a fan of just saying the easy name or the name that's trending and not really doing your research in that regard of great players or breakthrough athletes and all these different things. I'm not with that. Best college athlete, women's basketball. You got Caitlin Clark, Iowa, Sarah Franklin, Wisconsin volleyball, Izzy Zane for Northwestern lacrosse, Haley Bryan for LSU gymnastics. And I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Best college athlete in women's sports. And it's okay for if you have nominees that it could be more than one player. It's okay. It's fine. More than one player in a particular sport. So we're going to get one for basketball. Okay, cool. We're going to get one for volleyball. Okay, cool. We're going to get one for lacrosse. Got it. We're going to get one from gymnastics. Understand. But if we actually thinking about this schematically, we actually thinking about this geologically. No, that's probably the wrong word. But we are actually thinking about this right here. And we talking about the best college athletes in women's sports. There ain't no soccer. No great soccer players in women's sports. None. There ain't no track. Ain't no hockey. I know spades ain't a sport, but it's something. We can't just have the most trending stuff, y'all. Of course, Caitlin Clark gonna win that. Who else gonna win? There ain't nobody gonna vote to say that Sarah or Izzy or Haley gonna win over Caitlin Clark. That is the Caitlin Clark Award, best college athlete. And you got those folks on the outside looking in like, damn, I broke records. In football, or best college athlete, men's sports, Jaden Daniels, LSU. Like Jaden Daniels, he's now a Washington Commander. Love it. Osman Steeler, Clemson soccer. Pat Kavanaugh, Notre Dame lacrosse. Zach Edey, Purdue. Jaden Daniels is going to win the award. He won the Heisman, but Heisman is a quarterback award. Has been, always will be, best college athlete. I just have problems. I have problems. I don't get it. I don't get it. Man. It's like best play, Jada Coleman. Walk-off home run sends Oklahoma to the 4th straight softball championship. Anthony Edwards, Duck of the Year. Alabama scores on the 4th and 31 to beat Auburn. Lamar Jackson catches his own pass for a first down. So I guess we basically just saying, what trending topics was going down. That is really what the thing about, because I rewatched the Notre Dame versus South Carolina game, first game of the season in Patty. And that play that MiLaysia Fulwiley did was trending, had Magic Johnson talking about it, had all these different superstars talking about it. Was that not the most exciting play this year in women's basketball? Now, Fulwiley did some other stuff, but that was the first game of the year, so everybody was watching it. Everybody was seeing it. I'm just upset. And you know what? I'm protesting. I'm protesting the ESPYs right now. I'm protesting. I don't agree. I don't agree with most of the nominations. Most of the nominations, I just don't agree. Let's go through a few of these comments. Questions. And I love all the comments. I love all the questions. Katoya Addison. Hey. That's what Katoya Addison say. Christopher Jones, what's good, Cat? Wild Turkey Wednesday. I like that. Wild Turkey Wednesday. We do not have wild turkey, do we? No, we don't have wild turkey here. But cheers, brother. Cheers. Emily Jones. Hey, Cat. What is good? DT. People say that just about every year. Last year was AP. A few years before that, it was Asia. Why did they do that? You got to stop looking. And DT always, I rock with you. These folks they got to stop just looking on the top layer. Oh my God. Such and such team lost 2 starters. Oh, they lost 3 starters. They ain't gonna be nothing this year. That's so easy and they're so childish. It's so ignorant. Well, you're not actually looking at the recruits that the Dutch team has been doing for multiple years. So it's just a situation where you just, okay, next young lady up, right? Asia was generational. Generational, right? That's why she got a statue. That's why she's the best player in the world. Gonna get another gold medal. There ain't no team that Asia's on gonna lose a game. No. Aaliyah Boston was a great basketball player. She didn't do it by herself. The Freshies also had Zaya Cub, Bree Bill. Solid players, great players, multiple draft picks. What is why is the infatuation, the notion that because Kamilla Cardoso is gone? Is it because she's 6'7"? Is that the reason that there's like a hiccup? Like, oh, South Carolina ain't gonna do this year. Man, please. John Pim said we have so many forward center positions of players. South Carolina can do so much. This is the most versatile team that we've had. I'm not sure what. Last year we played faster and was still top 3 in offensive efficiency or offensive rating while having the number 1 defense. Like, that's sick. That's sick. This year we could play even faster. Really, we could play faster this year because you got one of the best point guards in Maddy McDaniel, who's now on the team. One of the best point guards in the class 2024. You got Joyce Edwards, who don't get tired. We can run more than we did last year. And you got teams that run and shoot it up. And, you got teams that have their shots are 3-pointers. But you got some of those same teams can't defend nobody. It is hard to combat a basketball team that runs as much as you do but is more efficient on the offensive side and way better on the defensive side than you. That is hard. That's hard. Mark it down. South Carolina will be the number one defensive team in the country. Again, mark it down. South Carolina will lead the college basketball world in block shots. Mark it down. Also mark it down while we also marking things down. South Carolina will be top 3 in three-point shooting again. It's tough. It is tough. Gus S.A. said, Kamilla MVP. We love some Kamilla, but she ain't the MVP yet. She ain't MVP yet. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. But I could definitely see Kamilla, Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter doing some work over the next few years. They get another veteran guard. They get another veteran guard. It's going to be crazy. On top of getting another, solid player in the WNBA draft, that's going to be sick. So right now, if we're looking at the top 25 or the mock WNBA draft in 2025, you're talking about Chicago Sky getting Sonia Cintron from Notre Dame, 6'1" player, excellent player, who Chicago Sky needs. They need a dynamic guard. What's key right now is the injury to Cameron Brink for the Sparks has boosted, because they're not winning many basketball games, have boosted the Sparks up to the number 1 pick as of today. The number 1 pick will be Paige Beckers. Can you envision this? This right here. This is what you envision Paige Beckers. So I said over and over again that I thought Paige Beckers was the best player in college basketball last year, and I believe she's the best player in college basketball this upcoming season. I believe that because she plays offense and defense very well. Going to the Sparks to go along with Kia Jackson, to go along with Cameron Brink. That's special for the Sparks. Now, I don't know how many games they're going to win, but that would be a key thing for them, and they would have a young, wonderful core. And then they got the Misses having back-to-back picks and getting Kiki Arifin and Nisa Morrow, Asia Flood going to Dallas, Olivia Miles going to the Fever. Olivia Miles from Notre Dame, who didn't play last season, going to be playing this upcoming season, is a true point guard. Can you envision a situation where Caitlin Clark moves over to shooting guard? And Olivia Miles running point? Got to do something with Kelsey Mitchell, though. Pow, number 9 to the Las Vegas Aces. What? You want to make Asia Wilson happy? Have Tina Pow go to the Aces. Have Tahina Pow go to the Aces. Oh my. Now things going to change. The rank is going to change. Injuries going to happen. All these great things are going to happen. But come on. That would be special. That would be special. John Pippen said Don can run 3. Center/4 3 can run 3 center/4 3 times with what she has. Some of our South Carolina guards can play small forwards. You are right, John. You are right. You're absolutely right. And if you have a situation like Joyce, I believe Joyce could play 3. Many of you out there think Joyce Edwards could play 3 if she needed to. If Carolina wanted to go big, can you imagine like Joyce Edwards at 3? You can have Joyce at 3, Adhel at 5, Ashlyn Watkins at 4, Chloe at 4, or however you want to manipulate it. Sania Feagin. There's so many different variables. If you just want to go big, Don is like a kid in the candy store. Like, real talk, I ain't gonna say kid in the candy store. Don is like my grandkids was here and the pantry is open, and my wife got that pantry looking like Walmart, and the kids that don't even know what to choose. That's how Dawn this roster is. Like, she's like a British, because every like good action movie, and they have the best villains. All of them are British. Got that British accent. I just love it. It's like, oh yeah, you got a British athlete. They're gonna do some work. They're gonna do some damage. They're like, I'm getting all hype. It's gonna be great, right? Even like a wrestling, you got the British accents and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's a good bad guy. I'm gonna be sitting there like this right here. What am I gonna do with this roster right here? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna? How I'm gonna deploy all these weapons that I have on this team? Oh my! It's so awesome. It's just so awesome. Omega JC Supreme said, "Oh, Coach Staley, we put the pieces together. USC is building a super team." I am not going to use that word, super team. Not going to say that word. Omega JC Supreme. Not going to say that word. The last time that word was uttered, it was last year at LSU. Talking about a super team. I saw different clippings. I saw different articles. I saw different things that said that, it's not about how many games you're going to lose. It's about how many points you're going to win by on every game. Because they had that super team. Had the number 1 ranked recruiting class, number 1 ranked transfer class, and was watching the South Carolina Gamecocks cut down the nets on a couple occasions, the SEC and the NCAA tournament. Okay? Now, we really good. Really, really good. I think it's the best team that South Carolina's ever had assembled ever in the history of ever. But I'm not going to say super team. I'm not going to say that. End of the season, I will. But right now, I'm not going to say super team. Bad juju. Bad juju for me. Not going to say that. Terrence Lewis said 6'5" Dauda, 6'6" Adhel, along with Ashlyn Feagin. We will do it by committee. I mean, good Lord. You just said 6'5" Dauda, Adhel Tac. Oh, it's just, crazy thing too, because Kamilla Cardoso played about 26 minutes per game. There's 40 minutes in a basketball game. Like I said before, I rewatched the game, the first game, Notre Dame, South Carolina, and where we won by close to 30 points. It easily could have been 40 points. And rewatching that game, you saw a team in South Carolina who's ranked number 6. Ranked number 6 going into that game and displayed the depth and the talent that they had. But I want to say it was like 5 minutes left in the game. And Carolina had substituted, the starting 5, and it was resting and chilling. And Notre Dame still had these starters in there. They still had these starters in there. I was like, first of all, I was like, why? You're down by 30. Why you got your starters in there? So their starters was going against our backups. And on the floor was Tessa. It was Sania Feagin. It was Fulwiley. It was Feagin. I can't remember who's the 5th player. But our backups was hanging with their starters. Our second 5 this year is better than our second 5 last year. I'm not sure how many points we're going to win games by. I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't know. I don't know how many points we're going to win by. Because our second 5, in whatever way that you want to frame it, however you want to do it, our second 5 could be better than our first 5. Huh? Calvin, you said what? I said our second 5 could be better than our first 5. Because I don't know what our first 5 going to be. I don't know what our second 5 going to be. And then you got 3 more who could be on the first 5 or the second 5. I can't. I mean, it's easy to say like the starters are being Raven and Powell and Bree and Chloe and Ashlyn. That is an easy thing to say. Those are our first 5. Then the second 5 would be Fulwiley and Tessa. And then you could have I don't know, Joyce, Feagin, and maybe Adhel. Okay? But you still got Maddy. You got Sakima. You got dogs on this basketball team. And I ain't even said Dauda, who could be on the first or second team. I don't know what we're going to do with this gluttony of talent on this basketball team. It's going to take a little time. That's why like practice is so viable, so important, so great for the South Carolina team to figure things out. It's going to be waves and waves of players coming in and out, just beating down, beating up teams. Like, damn, that's how it's going to be. We're going to talk a lot during the summer. We're going to talk a lot during the summer. And some of the times, we ain't going to have much to talk about. We ain't got much to talk about because it ain't nothing, it ain't much to talk about during the offseason, but we're going to hang out. And y'all going to hang out with Captain Will. And we're going to talk. And we're going to talk. And we're going to talk. Y'all going to talk. And we're going to do all those things. And we're going to do a shot o'clock. And we're going to enjoy life. Why not? Why not? And then before you know it, we're really going to have some basketball to be discussing. We just get through the dog days of the summer. And we're going to be good. And then Vegas will be here before you know it. And I'll be winning the blackjack and tearing them up on the roulette table. That's what I do. And watching some Gamecock basketball beat down Michigan along with you. But until that time, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a baby mama, tell a baby daddy, tell somebody about Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. The best Gamecock women's coverage going today. You're now rocking with the best, and since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.